Stephen James is the author of 18 novels and numerous nonfiction books that have sold more than 1 million copies. His latest novel, Broker of Lies, was just released 2 days ago. And this morning, we want to welcome Stephen James to Daytime Tri-Cities. How are you doing?
Doing great. Thanks so much for having me here.
Fantastic. I'm glad you're here. Tell us about Broker of Lies.
Well, in this book, there is a redactor who works at the basement of the Pentagon. So basically when a Freedom of Information Act request comes in, he's the guy to look through all of the top secret files that we have and decide what can and cannot be released to the public. And so basically he has almost a photographic memory. Wow. And so he knows every secret that we have. Well, of course, one of the enemies of the state of the U.S. finds out about him and goes after him, and then he ends up on the run and has to stop a terrorist attack actually down in Knoxville. Okay. And so one of the fun things about this book is it takes place in D.C. and Knoxville, Oak Ridge a little bit, but they actually drive through Johnson City on their way. So I was like, I had to get some, a little local connection. So it's a high stakes spy espionage thriller.
Well, we don't want to give everything away.
No.
We want you to pick up the book and read it. But let's talk about your life before we get into the book some more. You live here in Johnson City. That's why you have that knowledge. That you can talk about Knoxville and Oak Ridge and Johnson City.
Yeah, we moved here. I moved here in '96. We were mentioning earlier from Wisconsin.
Right.
The tundra, the Great White North. And,
it is a little cold there during the winter.
So I tell people when we were kids, if you spit, it would freeze before it hit the ground. Called them spitzicles. And so if your hair was frozen, you walk outside, it would freeze. You had hair sickles, you trip, you'd stab someone with your head. No. It's just crazy, but it's silly. But moved down to study storytelling at ETSU, and so I finished that in '97.
Nice.
And started to tell stories, and then eventually write stories, and so been writing novels, I guess, since about 2007.
Total, we said 18 novels, but how many total works have you done?
I guess 54 books total over the years. So I did nonfiction for a number of years, and then landed into writing bigger stories.
Right. And this Broker of Lies is the beginning of a new series, correct?
Brand new series, and the fun thing is tonight we're doing a book signing over at Open Doors.
I was going to get to that.
Yeah. And so, but at 7:30 we're doing a Become a Villain drawing. So if I draw your name, I'll write you into the next book. And as one of the characters, as a villain in the story. So if you've ever wanted to be a villain in a spy story, that's your chance to.
Maybe the anti-hero.
It's exciting. It's I've done a number of series over the years, and this is a brand new one that's just releasing.
Espionage, that sort of thing, your genre, or do you go down different paths?
Well, all of my books really have been thrillers.
Yes.
So some more like serial killer, tracking serial killers, or political. This one tends to be more espionage, as we mentioned.
Right.
And, people like Tom Clancy or the Gray Man series, those kind of books they would, I think, enjoy.
All right, Stephen, we appreciate you stopping by. I hope it's not the first time. Please come back sometime. We'll talk some more.
That sounds great.
Great conversation. Folks, the book is out now. It's available right now. Broker of Lies. It's online and in stores wherever books are sold.